Here from Mississippi, did you think in your wildest dreams you would be playing your college football at the University of Wyoming?
No, to tell you the truth, I really didn't. Coming up, going up around the SEC and all that kind of stuff, it's all anybody talks about. But it wasn't a fit for me, and coming up with Coach Christian, since people down there recruited my junior college, and brought me up here on a visit, and it just felt at home. I liked the way he ran his program, and I liked the way that he just carried himself. He carried himself with confidence, like, hey, we couldn't turn this place around. You could be that missing piece. Come on, help us finish up this puzzle.
Right. How hard was it? I mean, it's always hard for whether you come from the junior college ranks, high school, to just learn the system, to get acclimated with the speed. What was that like for you? You came in at fall camp, and just what was that like? What was the most difficult thing to learn, or what was just that whole experience like for you?
Well, coming in, I mean, I knew it was going to be a challenge coming off of a number system at my junior college, coming into a way more advanced system here. And but a bunch of the boys, Clayton Curvin, Hutch, John Hutchinson, he really took me underneath his wing, and they kind of coached me up to the point. And going into camp, I felt pretty confident, and I ended up sustaining an injury about 3 days into camp.
What'd you do?
I come down on my knee wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And it just busted one of them little bursa sacs in there, and it swelled up on me, but I didn't tell nobody. I just kept going, and ended up winning that starting spot about 3 days before camp was over. Tell you what, that's been a blessing. Just anything I can do to help the team out, just trying to do it.
What was that like for you? Because, in the first two scrimmages, you were playing, but you certainly weren't starting, and then the last depth chart comes out before the season, and you're a starter. So what was that? 3 days before the first game, you become the starter. What was that like?
It was a shock to me, to be honest with you. We're always in competition here. You can't take a day off here because there's always somebody chopping at the bits trying to get your spot. And going in about a week into camp, I told myself right before Craig, I said, whether I'm a starter, I'm going to hurt myself even worse trying to start. And great players like Brandon Self and Tyler Strong ahead of me. I knew it was a long shot coming here. I think it was the day into camp before preparation week. And Coach Calley just looked at me and said, "You're sitting in the first chair today, you started." My heart just sank. I got all nervous and stuff because they've been here longer than me. They knew the system longer. It was definitely a challenge for me coming in, trying to learn the system and just getting used to some of the terminology. But with the help of the fellow linemen, I think we clicking along pretty good right now.
How would you assess? I know you probably get graded after every game by your coaches. If you want to share those grades, that'd be great. But how would you assess your first two games as a Wyoming Cowboy?
My first game was good. I have no problem. I graded out 80% my first game, and a lot of mental errors. A lot of mental errors need to be fixed. And Coach Christian has preached to us. In between the first and second week is when most teams make their biggest jump. You really get better, you get worse, and nobody stays the same. And coming in this week, I graded out in the 90th percentile. So we're constantly getting better and chasing people. Chasing people like Nick Carlson playing beside me, who never messes up ever.
He doesn't, huh?
No, he doesn't mess up. He's like a robot. He's awesome, and he's really helping me out too. We're gonna get it all fixed, and our goal is just have 100% across the starting five. And we do that, there's nobody in this country that can touch us.
All right. What's the biggest difference from where you're now? Where'd you grow up? Where are you from in Mississippi?
I grew up in a small town right outside of Biloxi called Woolmarket, Mississippi.
Okay.
About 5 minutes north of Biloxi.
All right.
And this place is a completely different world.
Yeah. What are some of the biggest differences?
I ain't got no water. I'm used to going down to the beach and going out saltwater fishing and stuff. When I come up here and ask people what they want to go do, everybody's snowboarding. I've never seen snow before.
Oh, really?
This will be my first time. They said it's a guarantee that it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
But they said it's going to be an experience for me. And the altitude, of course, it took some getting used to coming from. I was actually below sea level. We live in one of the lower points of Mississippi.
Wow.
And coming up here 7,200 foot, big difference. But I think it gives us a real edge over all the teams playing at sea level, so when we go there, we'll be in a lot better shape.
Right. I don't know if you know this, but since Coach Christian's been here, you're the first player that he and this coaching staff assigned that's actually played. I know Nick was a gray shirt. He was already kind of in the fold, but you're the first one. Did you know that?
I had no idea. Nobody told me nothing. Coming in, Coach Calley was real honest with me all the way through coming in here. I didn't want to go to Georgia Tech. I didn't want to go anywhere else because they straight up told me it's like you're not gonna play till your senior year. And Callie he come in here and he told me on my visit, he said, if you come in here and you show me something, I have no problem putting you on the field. And apparently I did.
All right.
Apparently I did.
Sounds